one, go! It's time now for the PHL Late Night News, and it's late Wednesday, July 22nd, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins, your Late Night News headlines here at 11:30 p.m. Here, our top story at 11:30 p.m. and it's late Wednesday night. Here is the Illinois woman who died of an apparent self-inflicted asphyxiation in a Texas jail cell 3 days after her arrest during a routine traffic stop last week has allegedly told jailers that she tried to commit suicide last year, according to jail records. In Aiken, South Carolina, Donald Trump is on his way to the Mexican border at the latest event in the presidential campaign. Some of his rivals would like to dismiss as a sideshow, a carnival actor, as one puts it. Greece's Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras speaks during an emergency parliament session in Athens as Greek lawmakers approved further reforms demanded by the international creditors in return for a third multi-billion-dollar euro bailout. Bank of America Corporation said on Wednesday that it would replace its chief financial officer and his wealth management chief a week after the bank reportedly its biggest quarterly profit in nearly 4 years. An Islamic manuscript discovered at the University of Birmingham Library has been identified as one of the world's oldest fragments of the Quran. In Baghdad, a car bomb exploded in the credit marketplace at a mainly Shiite Muslim district of the Iraqi capital on Wednesday, killing at least 20 people, police and medical sources said. Rome, the Italian police on Wednesday arrested 2 men and accused of plotted attacks at national landmarks in Italy and posted offensive messages online in support of Islamic State. Black smoke spilled from the Royal Caribbean Freedom Seas as press searchers ready to evacuate. The man accused of killed 9 black church members in Charleston, South Carolina, was motivated by racial hatred and a desire to commit a terrorist attack when he opened fire inside a historic house of worship last month, according to the federal. As of the former club announced his intention performer Al Joseph Machine in the blackface to raise money for the 6 Baltimore police officers indicted in the federal grade case, the venue was to take place and it would have nothing to do. Vice President Joe Biden on Wednesday visited Public Washroom Equipment Incorporated, a manufacturing firm headquartered in North Hollywood, California, in which his staff said it was an effort to promote the importance of middle-class jobs and boosts nationwide. The labor protest movement that fast food workers in New York City began nearly 3 years ago has led to higher wages for workers across the country. Qualcomm to cut jobs reviews structural sales decline as planned job cuts will amount to about 4,007 positions based on the 31,300 employees the company reported having in the end of fiscal 2014. Metro Denver home sales remain above national average as the national median home sales price in June surged at an all-time high of $236,400 in June, up 6.5% from a year ago, according to a report by the National Association of Realtors. Chipotle Mexican Grill Incorporated rose its most in a year after posting second quarter profit that top analyst estimates helped by higher prices of food. Japan will gain from Toshiba's humiliation. Disappointing data from Biogen's Incorporated experimental Alzheimer's drug shares of the company lower on Wednesday, while investors took a slightly more positive view of the new Founders Pharma treatment from Eli Lilly and Company. A new technique for gene editing will allow researchers to better insert reporter genes that indicate what type of cell stem is a cell turned into. Alright, looking at New England Influence here at 11:33. In Plaster, New Hampshire, working fire at 3 Kingshaw Avenue and Plaster Fire Department and Plaster Police Department on the scene as avoid area and mutual aid responded, which it did. Okay, Future Channel News time, 11:34 on the slate Wednesday night here, and it is time now for a travel report here on the slate Wednesday night here, and it shows Route 1 on the, and it shows the Newport Bridge on the eastbound side on 130, that's a little slow. 195 on the westbound side, slow from Mattapoisett all the way up to before Route 18 in the Bedford. Matt's Packin 195 on the westbound side, so after Route 140 in the Bedford here. More than Sycamore Bridge is all looking good here. 24 on the southbound side, step go from Route 195 Random to after Route 140 in Taunton here. 120 on the northbound side. It's off the Route 1 in Northern to Route 109 in Westwood here. And then it breaks again on 120 on the northbound side around Route around the Highland Avenue in Needham. 93 South Fifth Express on the northbound side. So from Dorchester all the way up to the Tiffany Hill Tunnel here. Mass parking on the westbound side. It is slow from South Boston all the way out to the Austin Brandon Tolls. Mass parking on the eastbound side. So up to the Austin Brandon Tolls here. Route 3 on the southbound side. So around Union Street and Braintree here. 195 on the southbound side. It is slow from April to before Route 213 in Methuen here. 213 on the westbound side. It is slow after Route 495 in Methuen here. 93 on the northbound side. It's also around Route 30 in Salem, New Hampshire. 95 on the northbound side. It's still also around Route 113 in Newburyport due to some ongoing road work going on in the Route 95 Newburyport on the Whittier Bridge here. Everett Turnpike a little slow for the Newington stretch here. Main Turnpike on the southbound side. It's slow around in Falmouth Spur. And the main Turnpike on the southbound side. So after 295 in Gardner, Maine here. Okay, let's take a look at MBTA alerts here on this late Wednesday night here. Ferries are looking good. Subway system, it's looking good. And on the conveyor rail, it's looking good. Paris Shell News Time, 11:36 on this late Wednesday night. Time now for weather report here. Night, most of the clouds about 58 degrees left northwest wind. Thursday, gray clouds have at 82 degrees west with about 5 to 7 miles an hour. Thursday night, Podcast got about 36 degrees northwest with about 3 to 5 miles an hour here. Friday, showers likely with thunderstorms also possible after 5 p.m. Most of the sun skies about 79 degrees. North with about northwest wind about 3 to 5 miles by just patient 6%. No rainfall amounts less than 10 minutes. Just how much possible thunderstorms here. Friday night, chance of showers and thunderstorms before 8 p.m. Podcast got low at 59 degrees. Left northwest wind, just patient 30%. Saturday, most of the both skies got about 66 to about 6 degrees. Sunday, chance of showers afternoon. Parts of the both skies got about 80 to about 65 degrees. Just patient 45%. Monday, chance of showers. Parts of the most clouds got about 83 to about 65 degrees. Just patient 30%. Tuesday, most of the podcasts got about 86 to about 65 degrees. And for Wednesday, sunny night, I'm at 91 degrees. Not temperature at 11:37. 62 degrees. Humidity 86%. And that's me for the Peter Channel Late Night News. And it's late Wednesday night, July 22nd, 2015. I appreciate you. Have a good night. With a good day. Till I see you tomorrow morning with a more report. Good night.